Hey, everybody. This is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. And today, President Trump is signing an executive order where he's either going to gut or dismantle the um, Department of Education. And I'm almost speechless, but then I'm also want to scream and I'm just upset or I don't know. But if this is going to be a little bit of a delay, I'm going to do a live reaction to his what he's going to say. Okay, he's already been on it for a few minutes, and they were running late. So, but I just wanted to give as a teacher, also a history teacher, U.S. history teacher, and a U.S. government teacher, because you probably see going in with the presidents. I just want y'all to see and hear what I have to say. Why he got them little kids in the desk? Who children are those? Probably cabinet members. You know what? How could he ever had this big of production?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Production.
the President of the United States.
Oh my goodness. Down to the chin? Really? He said him.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, I hope so too. Hey, Lindsay. What's clapping and cheering for? These got to be the employees that didn't get fired.
Thank you very much.
Yes! Some of them kids look like they
And
were
I'd like
in
to start
private
by
school.
saying that our country is doing
No, it's
very
not.
well. Things are, as you can see, doing quite well. Please sit down. Before we begin, I just want to announce that I signed a proclamation a few moments ago honoring the 250th anniversary of Patrick Henry's famous speech to the Second Virginia Convention, in which he declared very well-known, very famous words, "Give me liberty or give me death." Has anyone heard the phrase? I think most
What does
of
that
you
have to do with today?
And moments ago, I also signed an executive order to dramatically increase production of critical minerals and rare earths. It's a big thing
So you finna go
in this
fracking?
country. And as you know, we're also signing agreements in various locations to unlock rare earths and minerals and lots of other things all over the world. But in particular, Ukraine, we're doing very well with regard to Ukraine and Russia.
What does that
And
have to
one
do
of the
with you
things
doing
we are doing
today?
is signing a deal very
Distracting
shortly
ass.
with respect to rare earths with Ukraine, which they have tremendous value in rare earth, and we appreciate that. And we spoke yesterday with, as you know, President Putin and President Zelensky, and we would love to see
y'all on a
that
three-way
come to
call?
an end. And I think we're doing pretty well in that regard.
Yeah.
So hopefully we could save thousands of people a week from dying. That's what it's all about. They're dying
Yeah.
so unnecessarily. And I believe we'll get it done. We'll see
Exactly.
what happens. But I believe we'll get
He
it done.
rambling.
Today, we take a very historic action that was 45 years in the making. In a
45
few
years.
moments, I will sign an executive order to begin eliminating the federal Department of Education once and for all.
Okay, I'm sorry. You don't see me sharing my screen? Oh, damn. Did they cut? Oh, shoot. Is my internet wire working? Oh, you see it? Okay. Okay. Because he's actually live, but I'm behind. So I'm just giving my commentary on what he's saying. He said 40. Okay, this is why he said 45 years in the making. The Department of Education was established in 1979. That's why. So it would be. No, Lord Jesus, I'm just tired of him. You're clapping. You're clapping for him.
And it sounds strange, doesn't it? Department of Education, we're going to
Hell
eliminate
yeah,
it.
it
And
sounds strange.
everybody knows it's right. And
Who
the
is
Democrats
everybody?
know it's right. And I hope they're going to be voting for it because ultimately it may come before them. But
Oh, they have
everybody
to
knows
vote
it's
for it?
right.
Okay,
And we
because
have to get our children educated with.
okay. So you hear what he just said, right? So the Department of Education was established by an act of Congress and signed by the president. So remember, an executive order cannot be in contradiction to an act of Congress or like a Supreme Court ruling. So yeah, like come on, gotta. So he just can't say, "Oh, everybody in the building, y'all gone and leave." He gotta, there's some extra steps he got to do. Like, what other countries dismantling their Department of Education? Like, I just don't understand. I hate respect to Anger Mobile.
We're not doing well with the world of education in this country, and we haven't for a long time.
And who fought
And
us
we're
that?
pleased to be joined today by the woman who I chose because she's an extraordinary person, and hopefully
That's a goddamn lie. The reason that's a goddamn lie because she gave money to your PAC and she's on the America First chairman of the board. She's a co-owner of the WWE. I'm more qualified than her to be the Secretary of Education. Damn.
she will be our last Secretary of
hope-
Education,
I hope-
Linda McMahon.
I
Linda,
hope the hell not.
thank you. Thank you very much. That's another interesting statement. It's an interesting opening, right? But it's true, and people. It's been amazing how popular this has been. I
This
tell
is not
people
popular.
that this is what I'm doing today, and
Ain't
they
nobody
say, "Oh,
surveying no
that's
polo
it's
teachers."
about time." Everybody says Republicans and Democrats have
Oh,
said
hell
it.
no.
They're all saying it. Also with us are
Uh-uh.
some terrific people. Governors Greg.
Yeah. Oh, Lord, is he about to say Greg Abbott? Lord, I should have known he was gonna be there. I should have known he was gonna be there. Jesus. Lord, I gotta put my phone on charge. Y'all, I just should have known he was gonna Abbott was gonna be there. I still need to find how to do a sorry, y'all. I was trying to put my phone on charger. Fix it, Jesus. Republicans and Democrats are like, who? Because I know one person probably didn't do that, and that is Representative Al Green from the Southside District number 9. He already called you out about Medicare. No, I don't think so. Exactly. Okay, I know he about to say Greg Abbott.
Abbott.
Didn't I say he was going to say Greg Abbott? I need Lindsay, remind me, I need to look up how to get an amendment for term limits because he got to go.
Greg, thank you very much.
No, thank you, Greg.
Governor Ron DeSantis, thank you very much.
I should have known. They probably sit next to each other.
Mike Braun, congratulations on your victory, Mike. That was a big one. Mike DeWine, thank you very much, Mike.
Those are all the
Jeff
Republican,
Landry.
all the
Jeff,
Republican
thank you very much,
states
sir.
that wanted. But guess what?
Billy,
Some same Republican
thank
states.
you. Governors, all governors. Brad Little. Brad.
Guess what? A lot of those Republican states that he's naming that wants his so-called national education, guess what's going to happen? They're going to have less money come to them because guess what? He done cut off funding to other things that these states get, like help with Medicare, okay? help with food banks, food pantries, schools getting funding for their food programs so we can feed all the children. Yeah. Then some of the states have some of these federal buildings where people are working in those states. So yeah, Greg, Deron, Braun, and all of y'all clap. Y'all think y'all doing something. Okay. Look at what's gonna happen when budget time come by.
Thank you very much. Where are you, Brad? Hi, Brad. Jim Pylan. Thank you very much, Jim. And Kim Reynolds. These are all people very interested in education. And
He is talking
I even see
slow and
Dan
slurred.
Patrick over there, my friend Dan Patrick. We're joined also by
Oh my God.
Representatives Tim Wahlberg.
Excuse me. Dan Patrick is the lieutenant governor of Texas. So we got both their asses up there. Greg and Dan, we got fires over here, the county north of Harris County. What you gonna do about it? I hope you got somebody back in Austin to help with that. Oh, so okay.
And Virginia Fox, Rick Allen, Michael Ruley.
Oh, that's yours.
And again, Dan Patrick, thank you very much, Dan. You've been a great friend of ours. And State Attorneys General Ken Paxton. Ken, I see you there.
I can't stand Ken Paxton. Ken, I fire whistleblowers Paxton. Mr. I went out of town during the first Texas freeze because I was supposed to go to a conference in New Mexico. This man had a whole impeachment trial. And there were still people who said, no, he didn't do that. And I'm like, what? And now he's back in Austin. Do you know that he just filed charges against a midwife and another person? He said that they gave illegal abortions. Jesus, he got to go too.
Andrew Bailey. Andrew, what a job you've done, Andrew. You have some good cases going. You've done a great job. Thank you very much. And co-founder of Moms for Liberty, Tiffany Justice. She's been a hard worker.
Okay, Tiffany, I don't claim you. I only claim Tiffany Haddish, even though she's problematic, and I claim the single Tiffany from the 80s, because guess what? Moms of Liberty are the one who are pushing the lawsuit, or pushing the state of Texas to investigate Bel Air High School, because the staff and the faculty administration chose to be considerate of a student who is trans and use their new name and their new pronouns, but the parents done got upset. Guess who the parents are being pushed by? Moms of Liberty. Okay, all right. Tiffany.
Thank you, Tiffany. When President Carter created the Federal Education Department in 1979, it was opposed by members of his own cabinet, as well as the American Federation of Teachers, the New York Times editorial board, and the famed Democrat Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan. History is...
Oh, I hope are the fact checkers watching this? Because they're going to... Okay, I guess I got to do some research when this is done. Have y'all noticed, though, he been kind of throwing shade and stuff at Jimmy Carter since he passed? Like, he just really don't like Jimmy Carter. Like, oh, the flag's got to be up on the day I become the president again. It can't be down because he just died. Like, I shot a dead man? Then he keeps talking about, oh, we want the Panama Canal back. We should have never gave it away. It was signed, the Panama Treaty, to give them back their thing, was signed by Carter. But I believe, at least I was told in history, back during when Theodore Roosevelt made the agreement with Panama, they were supposed to keep in control of it for 100 years. Basically, when Carter came about and was signing signing everything, he's like, okay, this is going to be the date. It's called the Panama Canal.
Has proven them right. Absolutely right. After 45 years, the United States spends more money on education by far than any other country, and spends likewise by far more money per pupil than any country, and it's not even close. But yet we rank near the bottom of the list in terms of success.
That's because
It's
some
an
of those
amazing
other
stat.
countries
That's
have
those
a
are two stats you don't
nationalized
want. The most money
education
spent per
system.
pupil, and
They have a nationalized education system. It's not federal. It's not all 50 states doing it. Okay, that's one reason. Okay. Two, their respect for teachers is a lot better than ours, and they're paid better. Okay. And nonetheless, a lot of other people from other countries come to the United States for our education. So it's maybe ranked as a country at the bottom, but there are some countries around the world that we're at the top. I actually had a student tell me, I think he was from the Dominican Republic. He was getting his high school diploma here, and he was going to go back to Dominican Republic, and he was going to go to work. And I said, "Oh, well, why are you going back?" She said, "Oh, because my American high school diploma, I'll make more money with that." And I was like, "Oh, you know what I'm saying?" So I'm just tired of him.
you're at the bottom of the list. And that's where we are, like it or not. And we've been there for a long time. 70% of eighth graders are not proficient in either reading or in math. 70%.
Where you get these
40% of fourth
statistics
graders
from?
lack even basic reading skills, can't read. Students in our public
Aren't we still
elementary and middle schools score worse.
Skip. Sorry, y'all met the.
Please pardon.
Okay. That was an announcement. I'm trying to figure out what year scores are you looking at? You're looking at 2024? What? Are you looking at the NAEP scores? Are you looking US News and World Report scores? Whose survey is this? What? How many kids took this test? Because the classrooms get selected at random for this stuff. But I'm just like, really? Do you understand? We had kids for a year and a half at home, and we're still trying to catch up to them, like, hey, being back in school? You're not taking into consideration attendance, home life, nothing. Reading ability, learning disability. Oh my goodness, I'm tired of you.
In reading today than when the department opened by a lot. In Baltimore, 40% of the
Did he say by a lot? Listen, oh my goodness, who is in the room with him? Of course you will be spending more money now. It's 45 years later. Our population is like what, doubled since then? Right, and there were actually people actually drinking it. That's the bad thing. Whew.
The high schools have 0 students who can do basic mathematics, not even the very simplest of mathematics. I said, give me your definition of basic. And they're talking about like adding a few numbers together. Despite these breathtaking failures, the department's discretionary budget has exploded by 600% in a very short period of time, and it employs bureaucrats in buildings all over Washington, D.C. And as a former real estate person, I will tell you, I ride through the streets of Washington and it says Department of Education, Department of Education. I said, how do you fill those buildings? It's crazy what's happened over the years. I'm pleased to report that after offering these federal employees 2 generous buyout options, and they were very generous, and they're good people, but they were very generous. My administration has initiated a reduction in force, and we're already cutting numbers that were really surprising to a lot that we were.
Okay, so y'all gonna give them some recommendations to go find another job? Well, how many of those people got the buyout? Because I'm thinking the ones who didn't do the buyout that you probably fired anyway. They don't have to sue to get their job back, just like the other departments. Who's gonna be handling the different stuff? Who's handling the public forgiveness loan program? Because which departments at the Department of Education are y'all cutting out? There's stuff for private schools, public schools, charter schools, okay, elementary, middle, and high school, okay. Then there's the different core science, social studies, English, reading, and math, okay. So who's gonna keep the tally of the schools that are accredited in the country and the college universities? Did you cut the staff of the Office of Civil Rights that's in the Department of Education? Because how are they supposed to investigate all them people, all these 44 colleges now, you say got DEI programs that need to be investigated? Okay.
We're able to do it so successfully. And we've cut the number of bureaucrats in half. 50% have
50%.
taken office, which is great.
I was cutting education. Let's go on it. Oh, at the top.
Thank you. Under the action I'm taking today, a small handful of
Lord,
Democrats and
he sound like he
others that we
class
have
go
employed
too.
for a long time, and there's some Republicans, but not too many, I have to
Reading
be
class,
honest with
English
you.
class,
But the
reading
department's
class,
useful
speech class.
functions and such as, and they're in charge of them. Pell Grants, Title I funding, resources for children with disabilities and special needs will be preserved, fully preserved.
Hold
They're
on.
all going to be so. If you
Hold
look
on,
at the
hold on,
Pell
hold on,
Grants,
hold
supposed
on.
to be
Hold on. Let's see. Let me go back and let me be quiet. What's for to be preserved, sir? Preserved.
in today, a small handful of Democrats and others that we have employed for a long time. And there's some Republicans, but not too many, I have to be honest with you.
Oh,
But the department's useful functions and such as, and they're in charge of them. Pell Grants, Title I funding, resources for
just
children
say
with disabilities and special needs will be preserved, fully preserved. They're all going to be so. If you look at the Pell Grants, supposed to be a very good Pell Grants, Title I funding, resources for children with disabilities and special needs will be preserved, fully preserved. They're all going to be so. If you look at the Pell Grants, supposed to be a very good program, Title I funding and resources
What about
for
Title
children
VII?
with special disabilities and special needs. They're going to be preserved in full and redistributed to various other agencies. And
So let me see. The Pell Grants, the Title I funding, the children with disabilities. Those programs will stay. They will be maintained. They're gonna go to different departments. What department is it going to go to? You cutting people. You firing almost everybody from every department. Is that going to be labor? Is that going to be commerce? Is that going to be treasury? You already cut this treasury staff months ago.
departments that will take very good care of them. And it's very important to Linda, I know, and it's very important to all of us. But beyond these core necessities, my administration will take all lawful steps to shut down the department. We're going to shut it down and shut it down as quickly as possible.
said
It's doing us no
lawful.
good. We want to return our students to the states where just some of the governors here are so happy about this. They want education to come back to them, to come back to the states, and they're going to do a phenomenal job. You know, if you
I'm sorry, I don't like it. This is making me think this is stuff prior to Brown versus Board. There was a reason why they were having those states. State gonna be of education. Okay. All right. So they're not gonna have no oversight by nobody at the federal government level? Because right now, Houston is feeling it because one school fell, the governor Abbott sent an administrator or whatever to be over the district, and he been causing disarray over there too. Now he's pushing this school choice. Right now, it passed in the Senate, but it hasn't passed in the House yet. He even paid for a Republican challengers of Republicans that was already in his party, but they were against school choice. He gave money to their other Republicans who were for school choice, so they would win. Some of them did, not all of them, but I'm just like, and did I tell you Texas has its own version of the Doge Committee? I'm telling you, him and DeSantis, they are in a Republican group chat, and they over there, they copying stuff the government is doing. I'm tired, Jesus.
Look, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, I have to tell you, I give them a lot of credit. China.
Excuse me. Do you know how small of a country is Denmark, Sweden, and Norway? And also how white? And also very much socialist, which means, guess what? They have national education systems. They have higher taxes. All their kids get the same education, you dumbass. Now he's going to say something about China. China is a communist country. So guess what? The Communist Party tells all the schools what the fuck to teach. God damn. Dumbass. We got a federal system over here. A federal system. Our education is not nationalized. Each state is in charge of it. That is not fair to compare United States education system with other countries that got a whole different system. God damn it.
Is top 10. And so we can't now say that bigness is making it impossible to educate, because China is very big. But you have countries that do a very good job in education. And I really believe, like some of the governors here today, from states that run very, very well, including a big state like Texas, but states that run very well are going to have education that will be as good as making it impossible to educate, because China is very big. But you have countries that do a very good job in education. And I really believe, like some of the governors here today, from states that run very, very well, including a big state like Texas, but states that run very well are going to have.
Excuse me, did you not hear what I just said that man is doing over here? Now you finna have him letting him have more control? Houston ISD is the largest school district in the state. We're also overwhelmingly voted blue, even though the rest of the state voted red. Since 2020, him and the Republican Party have gotten it out for our county and our city. They've been mad since COVID, because the county and the state kept challenging them about opening back up. They have been mad as hell. And they were upset at all those increase in different ways of voting. But I'm thinking, like, how y'all still mad when the whole state went somewhere, voted against us? It's like we're getting punished.
Education that will be as good as Norway, Denmark, Sweden, and those top, Finland, those top countries.
How are we going to do that if everybody's doing something different? Who's going to do the oversight over the 50 states and also U.S. territories? Okay? To make sure we can compete with Denmark, Norway, and Sweden.
Do so well with education. I think they'll do every bit as well And what do you think about that, Governor? Do you agree? I think so. Ron, do you agree? I think so. Florida?
Fuck you, Ron.
Iowa? That's right. I really believe that. They'll be as good as any of them. And then you'll have some laggards, and we'll work with them.
Laggard?
And we can all tell you who the laggards will be right now, probably, but let's not get into that.
What's a laggard?
But we'll work with them, and we're going to make them, they'll do a job. I think they'll do a job, and they'll go to sections of the state. For instance, New York, you'll have a Manhattan, and you'll have a Suffolk County, and you'll have Nassau County, and you'll have Westchester County. You'll do 4 or 5 or 6 of them. You have upstate New York, and those counties, I think, are going to do very well. And I think ultimately Manhattan should do very well. But we'll break it down into sections, and I think it'll be really, really good. And they're going to be probably the tougher ones, but I think they have a chance to do really well. But we're going to be returning education very simply back to the states where it belongs. And this is a very popular thing to do, but much more importantly, it's a common sense thing to do.
No, it's
and
not.
it's going to work. Absolutely, it's going to work.
No,
And
it's not.
I can tell you from dealing with the governors and others in the state, they want it so bad.
No, it's not popular. There, what? How many million people in the United States? 350? Are we almost 400 million? No. Okay. No, it's not popular. No, it's not the right thing to do. What was the third thing he said?
I can tell you from dealing with the governors and others in the state, they want it so badly. They want to take their children back and really teach their children individually. Probably the cost will be half, and the education will be maybe many, many times better. So we look forward to this.
Hold on. Does that make any sense to y'all? So the cost of education, he said, is going to decrease in half, but then it's going to be better. Education, we're already having funding issues. What? All them kids ain't gonna be able to get that voucher to go to private school. What?
I want to just make one little personal statement. Teachers, to me, are among the most important people in this country.
I don't feel like it.
And we're going to take care of our teachers. And I don't care if they're in the union or not in the union. That doesn't matter. But we're going to take care of our teachers.
How?
And I believe
How?
the states will take actually better care of them than they're.
Did you say that the states are going to take better care of the teachers? LBJ would never. I'm just saying. Heck, the Department of Education is in the building named after him. Guess what his first job was, y'all? He was a school teacher. But he couldn't keep the job because it wasn't making enough money. They're gonna take care.
Then they are taken care of right now. They'll work all sorts of systems and even merit systems. Those great teachers are going to be maybe a little bit better rewarded, or maybe that's the way it should be. But the states are going to make that decision. But
our little T-test system we got here in Texas, it is to be desired. I don't know any teacher. I don't know, maybe personally, maybe someone who got they whatever. I got a couple of little incentives, for longevity. Every more year I stay here, but come on. I'm single with no kids. There are teachers here who are married with kids or single with kids. Okay? They trying to send their kid to college. The kids want to go on field trips. I got students now need help with senior prom, the senior trip, the cap and gown. What the hell?
But We're going to love and cherish our teachers along with our children, and they're going to work with the parents.
He's saying this is a dream. We say this all the time. We want the teachers and the students and the parents to work together. Yeah, we do. We do want that. But you just like, it's like he has a job, but he's like delegating it out so he doesn't have to do it anymore.
Parents, and they're going to work with everybody else, and it's going to be an amazing thing to watch, and it's really going to be something special. And Linda, you're presiding over something that's so important, and you're going to do a fantastic job, just like you have your whole life. I know your whole life. I've been watching you for a long time. She's had nothing but success, so it's tremendous to have you, and hopefully you won't be there too long, but we're going to find something else for you, Linda, okay?
Got that job,
so this will conclude what we are talking about with respect to our most cherished group of people, and that's our children. We want to have our children well educated. We want them to love going to school. We have examples of it. Look at those beautiful, bright-eyed faces. They are so smart. They're so smart.
Y'all, okay, so those of you who just came in later, he has like children. He in school desks behind him. And some of them look like they in their little school uniform. I don't see anyone that look like they go to public school. These is probably the secretaries, the cabinet members, their children, their grandchildren, and they have them sitting in their desk. He hasn't said nothing about, hey, these are the students from school. Remember when he signed that no trans boys or trans men and girls sports, and he had all those little girls around him, and like they were in their regular clothes, but I just kept looking at them like, who are these kids? Whose children are these? I said, I think that's the staff kid. And you know what Representative Al Green said when they interviewed him after he got kicked out of Congress? The joint State of Union address, he said the reason why we came and not, and some people told us not to show up is because they'll just go get their staff members and have them sit on our side. And I was just like, that's what they've been doing.
And with that, I'm going to come down and we're going to sign a very important document, and we're going to be on our way. People have wanted to do this for many, many years, for many decades. And I don't know, no president ever got around to doing it, but I'm getting around to doing it. So thank you very much.
This is worse than No Child Left Behind. And I've heard years, a lot of veteran teachers hated No Child. Look at these children. What they got out? Somebody in school. What private school is this? I see one black kid.
Should I do this?
We feel like his mama told him to go up there because he's gonna embarrass us while we up there. See, that's a private. It look like a private school.
It was very lucky. I saw another
Wait,
document.
they gave him all
Very
the
good for the
marker.
country, and I said, let's use that same pen. I don't know, is anybody superstitious? Ron,
What do they write?
let's use that same pen.
What they gonna do? What is that? The kids? This performance. What is this?
Okay.
No! What the kids are practicing signing their signature? Kids, blink your eyes twice if you need us to call your mom. You both your parents know you down there? If the visitation parent took you on there, it's like Elon to the little boy to the White House. His mama didn't know nothing about it. Lord, is this governor? No. Why was she over there in the back and not next to you? Anyway, here's my photo op. Photo op. Yo, I just, no.
So he gave her she gonna put it on her desk. She gonna frame it. She gonna frame it. Oh, we leaving now? Oh, they got the going out music. Y'all, when we all waiting for them to ride, they were playing like this like elevator jazz music. We just sitting there looking like, when is this gonna start? Heck, I was thinking it was gonna start too. That's it. I just noticed his tie and them boys' tie looking the same. So true. Now talking about kids worry about kids being indoctrinated. That's somebody signed up. I need to fact check this. I need some sources on the stuff that he said. It don't make no sense. What evidence? Where he in his wheelchair? I hope y'all had him in the handicap accessible section so he can get out of there. Is that his name? I don't know. Why did he go up to some of those governors and take a picture with them? Where he going? And why he always trying to come to the afternoon? It's always 2 o'clock. He was late this time. Whew. Fix it, Jesus. I'm gonna put the full video in the description and in the chat. So if you want to go and watch without my commentary. So he said he loves the teachers. And the teachers, the states are gonna take care of the students, the teachers. I mean, cost less, but do more. They're gonna do better. I've seen it all. Oh, Jesus, fix it. He just gonna fix it, y'all. He's gonna fix it. These wonderful states, they're just gonna fix it. We need to respect. We need to do good for our teachers. Really? Okay, here's like not Betsy, Linda, like she's there and she's just like, okay, I got my hair done, my suit done, and I'm just okay. Let's take a picture, okay, and just leave. You didn't ask her to give some words or nothing. You don't get to speak sometime when he do. I see some lawsuits coming. I just do you know the U.S. military has military schools? So there's not going to be a Department of Education that deals with them, or is DOD going to do it? DOD going to do it? Okay. What about the places that are U.S. territories and not states? How y'all going? What they going to do? They going to do the same thing? Just what's y'all plan? Who you speaking with? Who in the room is a history teacher? Who in the room got a degree, master's or a doctorate from a prestigious graduate school education that still got their job over there? Linda, I hope you listening to them. But she might be under pressure to do with it. You know who else I think is under pressure is Marco Rubio. He's gaining weight. I think it's depression. Or maybe he's on a new high blood pressure medication. Some of that medication makes you swell. But
signs executive order dismantling, gutting. Independent say gutting. Other place say dismantling. It didn't even say how to dismantle. It just said we're going to lawfully dismantle or break it down. But all the Pell Grants, the what do you say? Yeah, the Pell Grants, the what was it? The children with disabilities, and what was the other one? I forget what the third one is. Oh, that's still gonna be around. Here is the if you want to watch it without my commentary, okay? I'm just I just want y'all to see. I'm gonna rewind it back. I want y'all to see them children before he got there, and I want y'all to see what them kids was doing. Look. Oh, y'all can't see the screen? Oh, sorry. Okay. What's the other one? Sorry, I needed to make it bigger. Okay. Y'all see them children? Do they look happy to be? Do them kids look happy to be there? Do they look happy to be there? I'm just saying. And that's supposed to be school desk? Where? Okay. And they're like playing jazz music and stuff. I'm like, what is going on? This looks so made up. Oh, y'all, I'm just tired. Thanks to Jesus. Well, this is Let Me See Your Transcript. Your very favorite history teacher. And I'm here after school. And I saw that President Trump was come on and sign an executive order, and it's just supposed to be better for us. So we'll see. But guess what? In my classroom, I teach U.S. history and U.S. government, and I teach all sides, various points of view, because that's what you're supposed to do. Also, my state says social studies is supposed to give both sides. That's what I do. I do not teach critical race theory, according to my state. I am certified. I'm actually highly certified. My degree, master's degree, social studies, is also in what I teach, social studies. My bachelor's degree is in political science and history. I teach U.S. history and government. In my classroom, all students are welcome, including my immigrant students. Okay. Including my at-risk students, including my students who have learning disabilities, including my homeless students. And I hope there are other teachers out there who are going to do the same, regardless of this executive order and all the repercussions and effects that will happen as a result of it. We know what we're here for. We've been through changes at the state level, the district level, and even our school level. And I'm praying that, we will survive this too. But I just got a feeling that this may usher more of us out of education. And we are already at a shortage right now, especially since COVID hit. So Thank you for listening to me, parents, students out there, fellow teachers. I love you and I see you. Okay? Let us work together. Okay. I don't know. Maybe some teachers need to run for office. Just letting you know, because I'm actually teaching this in the unit, how to become president of the United States, what are the requirements and duties. At least age 35, natural born citizen, and consecutively have lived in the United States at least 14 consecutive years. Because, some people, their parents have overseas jobs. Okay. So. Oh, I also want to show y'all something. Okay. Well, before I get off here. So I've been my students, I have my students doing a PowerPoint presentation, some research over the different presidents. I give each student a different president. So I just want y'all to see something. So some of the students, one of their slides is, what did the president do before they became the president, right? Because there are things called official requirements, like by the Constitution, like at least 35 years old, natural born citizen. And Ted Cruz, that means you were a natural born citizen, that means you were born inside the United States, 50 states, or the U.S. territories. That does not mean you get citizenship through your mama. Sit down. So I was you have to accommodate for certain students, either because of language or learning disability or dyslexia. So there was a part of the slide where they have to do some reading, and some of them have trouble. And so I was making this PowerPoint so that they can use that for their slide. So I'm still not finished yet. So some of my classes are like 30 students. So I started with Rutherford B. Hayes. No, actually, I take it back. One of my classes is 31. So, and you have some students who are absent. So you can start with, I think I have to start. You start with Abraham Lincoln and go to Trump's, or you go to Biden. That's like 30, 31. If you go to, so I need to finish, what they did before. But I just started looking at some of the stuff, trying to prepare this for the students who need accommodations or modifications. And so I don't know if you can see this. A lot of them were lawyers. They were state reps. They were, district attorneys. And so I want you to see something. So these are, I'm going to put the numbers up there later. This is Kennedy through George H.W. I just want y'all to see the list, right? You see the list, right? And it's like they have a lot of experience, either U.S. House, State House, governor of the state, solicitor general, got a cabinet position. They was the vice president. Like, they have the experience. Those are what's called unofficial requirements to be president. But then, y'all, I actually started backwards. I was going Trump to backwards, right? But then, y'all, so this is George W., Barack Obama, and then you got Trump because he's 45. Then you got Biden, who's 46, and you got Trump again, who's 47. Y'all, I only know two qualifications that I can think of just off the bat. A lot of them, some of them did have military experience prior to, but I'm gonna put
businessman and reality show host as his unofficial requirements, or his what he did before he became president that prepared him to be the president? Like, I think I might not be able to give. Y'all tell me how I'm supposed to assign somebody Donald Trump. Either for 45 or 47. And this is the thing about 47 though. One of the slides students have to do is like all their domestic and I bet a Quizlet that had their domestic and foreign affairs. I was able to do the ones that happened on the 45. He's only been president 2 months. Today is March the 20th. Yo, what am I for to write down? He been writing executive orders since day one. Let me let y'all look at my Quizlet. I'm gonna let y'all look at my Quizlet. Watch. I'm gonna let y'all look at my Quizlet. Y'all gonna look at my Quizlet. Watch it. It's gonna be my Quizlet. Put that my Quizlet. Okay. I gotta get my Quizlet. I want y'all to look at my Quizlet. And I've had previous classes that have done 1 through 45, right? They've done 1 through 4, one. We started with George Washington. Especially if I didn't want all the students to do the same one or just copy from their friends. So, but I just do random, I just do from usually Rutherford B. Hayes 245 or 246. Some of smaller classes I might, or may go get Ulysses S. Grant. But okay, so this is the Quizlet I made. And so on the front is the president and the years they were president. And then on the back is what their domestic affairs mean, everything that's happening inside the United States, like the economy, schools, stuff like that. Then the foreign affairs is like our relationship with other countries, things dealing with wars, peacekeeping. So I'm getting down, right? I'm just getting down. So I just want to say something, okay? So some of these I copied from another teacher, but then I've been adding. I still need to update some more because there's some of them didn't have, I think, enough stuff. I think I need to add more to George W. Bush. And so, but this is the thing. I got down here to, okay, so this is Trump under 40. I don't know if you can see it. It's Trump under 45. I don't know if you can see that or not. You probably can't. Okay. So under 45, when he was 45, domestic affairs ended NAFTA, replaced with USMCA. That's what I need on the front first. $28 billion to farmers. Deployed the coronavirus food assistance. He did do that program. Doubled the child tax credit. He did do that. We even got the little COVID payments too. PP loans. I forgot to put that on there. But then he also had the travel ban, tighten the border. Syria airstrikes and withdrawal. He moved the U.S. embassy that was in, was it Tel Aviv? And he moved it to Jerusalem, I think. Oh, he withdrew us from the World Health Organization, the World Health Summit, while we were battling COVID. How are we going to share any of that? And this is the thing. So I'm just like, if I add another, then this is the stuff under Biden. And some people might disagree about it. Student loan debt cancellation. Some of them were canceled. They kept blocking him. Roe versus Wade was overturned, unfortunately. Ketanji Brown Jackson, Black woman, to Supreme Court. Texas-U.S. border security conflict, especially with our state. Foreign affairs. Ukraine-Russian war. Israel-Hamas hostage crisis. Funeral of Queen Elizabeth II. Coronation of King Charles III. The Iran-Houthi war in Yemen. So now Trump has inherited some of that, And it's like, do I just wait till his 4 years is up to add that slide? Or he's signing stuff every day. I just think if I start at that one, I'ma just get sad and upset and angry. I'm already upset and angry. Let me figure out how to fuel this anger and support my students and my fellow teachers. Just trying to figure it out. I think he said something to the Houthis the other day. Israel and Hamas had a ceasefire, but then Israel started firing again. He's supposed to be trying to broker something with Ukraine and Russia, but he gaslit Zelensky. He don't even talk to both of them in the same room, like the other presidents did. Theodore Roosevelt had Russia and Japan in the same room. Clinton had was it Bosnia and Serbia in the same room. Jimmy Carter had Israel and Egypt in the same room. Oh, y'all just y'all help. Y'all pray for us, help us teachers, okay? All right. This is Let Me See a Transcript. Very fair history teacher, very fair government teacher. Good evening, y'all. Bye.